Hello, and welcome to another session of I Do Really. Today, I want to talk about do your past matters? Depending upon what's in your past, I'm just talking about anything about your past, whether it was fornication, adultery, being promiscuous, um, being in homosexuality, lesbianism, being married before, got kids, whatever. Does it matter to people? Yes, it does. I remember I was a part of this church and I saw, I'm gonna use the homosexuals for right now, but it could be anything. Whatever your past is, it could be that. I was a part of this church and I had an open-eyed vision about a mass deliverance of homosexuals. Now I was kind of curious with the women at the church, since a lot of the women want, well, cause since the women want husbands. I just want to see how would they feel about someone that has had that type of relationship. So I started telling a few people about it, and a lot of the people that I talked to about it, they stuck their nose up at it. I was like, I don't want that. Okay, you may not want nothing. You may not want nothing about with that. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with not wanting a man like that. Okay, but what if? Because these days and then life have so many different people are trying different things, and they're curious. They want to know what's that's all about. They're just experimenting, and when then they're experimenting, they do stuff. Okay. Also, you have people that beyond their control. Okay, beyond their control, they have had homosexual lesbian relationships beyond their control. Okay. So are they not worthy to be with somebody? You may be saying, well, Nina, you talking about this, but okay, what if you was single? Would it matter to you? No, it wouldn't matter to me. It wouldn't matter to me because, for one, I believe this man I was with back in the day, I believe to this day he was bisexual. He was with me. I can't just say he was homo. He was with me. I believe to this day, but I still liked him. All I basically want to know is, do you want to just be with me? Do you want to be delivered from that? Now, back then I couldn't do nothing about it, but now I can do something about it because I've learned a strategy that can help people be delivered from their past. Whether they had that type of relationship, whether they had soul ties they need to break. Anything of your past that makes that's sin. You know, I believe I have a teaching that could really just help people be delivered from that. So, it wouldn't bother me. I just want to know that you're not doing that no more. That's all I want to know. You know, and then I want to know that you delivered from that, and my knowing about that is just going to be me just observing you. You know, because without you knowing it, you may do something that makes me say, "Have you had that?" Or okay, or whatever. It's just like, and it's like I said, just because you're not doing something, that does not mean that you are delivered. If you've done it before, believe me, that spirit, because you have an open wound, because you haven't had that wound healed, that open wound has a spirit attached to it, and you're gonna It's going to show up on you at one point or another. I was at this church whereby this man was, he had had an affair on his wife some years ago, well over 20, probably 20, 30 plus years ago, and never had an affair again. But that spirit on him. The spirit on him. And, and maybe it's going to wait till you get at your weak point, which you already have been, but nothing happened. But do your past matters? It matters. And sometimes you don't want to just be telling everybody about your past, about, the things that you've done. And instead of just going through however many people you're going to go through, you may just need to start praying about whether or not you should talk to this person that you're interested in. It's like when I talk about stuff like this, so much go through my head. I be thinking about different things and it's like, okay, but your past matters. It matters to people if you've been married before. It matters to people that you've had any children. You got some people, they want to get married, but because they're getting older, they're not trying to have, they don't want to have kids too old, so they're just going head on and going to go have them a baby when they could just wait on God. Do a soul circle for yourself to see what's hindering you from getting married in the first place. But does your past matters? Yes, I do. With some people it matters. Not everybody. Everybody it don't really all that much matters to. But you don't never know until you bring the subject up. Just bring a situation up. Maybe you can just say, you're talking to somebody and just say, you had talked to a friend. You could have been talking to anyway, you could have been talking to a friend and about something else, but you want to tell them, was talking about to a friend that they wanted some deliverance from their situation, from their past, and you had to pray for them or whatever the case may be, and all you got to do is just look at their expression. If their expression, then they're not interested. They wouldn't be interested in you. And that's what I'm basically trying to say here. They wouldn't be basically interested in you. Why? Because they turned in and I was like, Well, you can just say, I got this friend and, what would you say? Well, don't bring them around here. But you can know what to say to someone. Just say what you got to say and just speak around it. Some people hide their kids because they don't want you to know they have any kids. Some people even hide the fact that they are not virgins anymore. Yeah, I remember I was reading this story about this couple. This man was mad. He was 38 hot, 45 hot with this woman because he wanted to marry a virgin, but she lied about it. And when he found out that she was not he probably didn't see the tokens of her virginity in the sheets. So he was 38 hot with that woman. He married her. He just took her word for it. Like I still say that people need to have a telepathic conversation with the Lord while they're talking to someone. Because people will lie to you, they will withhold information from you, and won't tell you stuff. But yes, your past matters too. And it matters to a lot of people. You just don't know the people that it's going to really matter to until you start talking to them and seeing what they would be interested in or what they would not be interested in. But you got to talk to them about that. You got to talk to them, about I mean, if you have some deformities in your body, I mean, you don't want to strip down and they're like, oh my God, you didn't tell them that. You need to tell them. You have women, you have a lot of women, they don't want to be with a man that's uncircumcised, you know, look like an earthworm, just a whole lot bigger, you know, you know, seeing something come out of his skin look like a canine, and some women are just not interested in that, but this is stuff that you need to talk about, because there's something that some people just will not accept. They're not accepting certain things, you know. But you gotta realize and understand that everybody is worth being with. Like I said, we're all flawed, but it's just that you got to find the best flawed person that you can find. And some people will not accept everybody's not accepting everybody's past. A lot of people are just hiding stuff because if I told you about it, you wouldn't want to be with me. Which is crazy, But anyway, this like I said, this right here is not a real long one. This is just to let people know that does your past matter? Yes, it matters to some people. Things about you, it matters to folks. So just get those things before you start just wanting to talk to this person, wanting to talk to that person, and sharing your past with them. You can either have basic conversations with them or just continue to pray that God will send you somebody that will accept you with your past, because your past matters. All right.